here. Um, First of all, for Natasha, how's it been so far? Settling in New York and settling back on the East Coast, and for Breanna, for either you guys, really, what's it been like having her with the team so far?
Oh, I can't wait for that part of the question. Good morning, Jonathan. Coming here to New York, I think that it's kind of been in my lore. For people that don't know, I almost signed back here. I almost signed here when I signed my extension in DC. I almost signed here last year in free agency. So it just kind of was perfect of God's timing of when I was meant to be here. Super thankful that they came and saved me in a lot of ways. But this is where I wanted to be. I want to play for a championship. I wanted to play with these players, for this coach, and just be really intentional about this latter part of my career. And I've been super thankful. I'm sending a lot of gratitude. They welcomed me in. They allowed me to be me. And I'm just really thankful to be around people that have that same mindset of wanting to win.
And yeah, I think that, what Tasha's brought us, she's very loud,
All the time.
and and vocal, but in all seriousness, like giving that energy, that spark, and just bringing the versatile player that she is to what we have. And it's really exciting for me, just with her size, her length, for us to be even bigger disruptors defensively, and offensively, like creating a five out, anybody push the ball, trying to go as fast as possible.
She
All right,
loves.
thanks. We will turn to, I'm sorry, Brian Heyman. Go ahead, Brian.
One for Breanna, one for Sandy. Breanna, it's been very hard for teams to repeat just Vegas the last 22 years. So how do you think, the Liberty chances are, considering desire-wise and also with the personnel additions that you have, added?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, defending is the hardest thing to do. Repeating is the hardest, and like you said, only Vegas has done it most recently, and for us, we know that what we did last year was amazing and incredible, and now we're focused on what we can do this year and being consistently great in everything that we do. I think that the only thing that we're going to take from last year is the things that we did wrong and how can we fix them for this year going forward. But we know, like, it's one game at a time. It starts tonight with the preseason game and making sure that day in and day out, everybody brings their best and we just get better and get better for when it matters the most.
And Sandy, with Natasha and Sabrina, how do you see the ball handling dynamic working? Do you want, Sabrina more off the ball to kind of preserve her energy and all, or how do you see that playing out?
Yeah, we want to utilize all their skills. We play, everyone's talking about positionless. We are really positionless. But, the ball will always find where we want. Tasha's one of the best at getting downhill. So it'll complement how Sabrina plays and seeking more threes. But having Sabrina on the ball too. So mixing it up, I think that versatility allows us to play in so many different ways, and excited to see how it continues to grow. And I think already you've seen, they haven't played too much together, obviously unrivaled a little bit, but you see the chemistry that they already have. So excited about when we get more experiences, and not just those two, adding in, Stewie, JJ, and I'm excited for it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. We will turn next to Jen. Jen, go ahead.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. Jen Hatfield with the next. Tosh, for you, good to see you again. Sorry, this isn't directly Liberty related, but wanted to ask you, what your thoughts are on Elena Deladon coming back to the Mystics as a special advisor now that she's announced her retirement.
Yeah, when I saw Elena in the draft room during draft night, it made my heart really happy. I think she's exactly where she's meant to be. Obviously, with her retirement coming this year, we knew it as players, but for her to say it is different. And obviously, in her little quote, she said that, her body gave up before she was ready, but she still has so much left to give to this game. And for those players there in that organization, she's going to be just the right addition that they needed when they needed it. So I'm happy that she's still staying around the game and staying just as impactful as a coach as she was a player.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thanks. I'm sorry, go next to Gabe. Gabe, go ahead.
Hey everybody, how we doing today? Tosh, a lot of the talk has been the combination between you and Sab in that backcourt and how dynamic you guys can be, but I want to talk more about the front court. How excited are you to play with some of these front court players, and how well do you see yourself pairing up with them?
I'm really excited. I'm excited to play on this team. I think what makes us so special is our versatility and our depth. There's no drop off at any point. We have an offense that is positionless and that there is weapons at every position. So as a point guard, I salivate with that thought process, but especially with the versatility of Stewie and JJ, that excites me more than anything to play with mobile bigs that can score in the multitude of ways. It just presents a lot more options to me as a point guard. And then on the defensive end, I love to get up and pressure, but if I get beat, now I get to yell Stewie or JJ and they get to pin their shit on the backboard. So I'm excited all around just to be able to play with this group. And again, we're so versatile and we're so deep, and that's what's going to make us special all year.
All right, thanks. Turn next to Courtney. Courtney, go ahead.
Hello, ladies. My question is for Coach. How do you continue to evolve as a team now that you guys are the champions and trying to repeat? But you talked about that before, but can you elaborate more on that of the evolvement of the team?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we spoke about. Stewie said, repeating, this is not just about repeating. We know it's extremely hard, but we have to embrace the opportunity ahead of us. But for me, it's about evolving. How do we continue to build on the good things that we did last year, fix up the areas we needed to? We talked about playing a little bit different style on 5 out and using our versatility at both ends of the floor. So now it's just getting those reps together and seeing how we can continue to add layers. But I think this is one of the best preseasons that we've had where we're at. Obviously, we're not our end product by any means, but excited about the foundation that have set. And these games are going to be critical for us early in the year.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Jordan. Jordan, go ahead.
Hello, Jordan from Television Sports. Hope you all are doing well today. So my first question is for both the players. Just talk about what are you guys' individual goals coming into the season?
Individual goals is continue to be better. Like I think for me, constantly chasing like the 50, 40, 90 mark is kind of excellent, and that's where I want to be at. And I think making sure just leading this team by example, and knowing there's going to be adversity and bumps along the way, but making sure that we just stay confident in everything we do.
And for me individually, I want to win championships. That's why we play. So I want to win a championship. For me personally, I want to make an all-star game at year 10. I feel like I've been overlooked a few times, but that's more not for me, for my parents. I feel like everything they sacrifice, that's a reward that they deserve too. And then for me, I just want to come in and be exactly who I know I am. I think I've moved a lot in the last 3 years, but my goal is to always just remain the same person that I am. And I just want to add to this team. Whatever it is that I need to give on any single night, that's just my job. So. Yeah.
And just a quick follow-up, if I may. Stewie, we saw you earlier this week on the Met Gala. So I wanted to talk about your inspiration behind the outfit and if Coach
You
and
look
Natasha
good.
had anything to
Yes.
say about the look.
Yeah, I think it was incredible for myself, Saab, JJ to go to the Met with Clara. Outfit was designed by Sergio Hudson, styled by Courtney Mays, and for me, it was like I felt comfortable with what I was wearing. Comfortable but elevated to be at the Met Gala and really tailored to the theme of superfine black tailoring. And yeah, I think that we played that theme perfectly, and was really cool to just be in a room with so much greatness and just motivating, being around so many people that have excelled and been their best in everything that they're doing.
She look good. They look good.
Yeah.
I know y'all saw them. The little curl. I loved it. Swoop.
All
Yeah.
right, turn next to Miles. Miles, go ahead.
Morning, all. Thanks for being here. Breanna, I had a question for you about just preseason and the fact that almost all these games are now being televised and just the growth that we've seen. And obviously, there's going to be a lot of conversation this season about everything looming CBA, but just how you have kind of received this expansion of just viewership from even these exhibition games and how that just is another metric of growth for this league.
Yeah, I mean, exactly like you said, it's a metric for us to kind of see where we're at, and having preseason games on ESPN or nationally televised, or I saw the Valkyries had like 17,000 for their first preseason game. Like, those things are a little bit unheard of. Like they haven't happened before, and it just shows the desire and the want to be a part of what we're doing here in the WNBA and how people want to continue to support and. Everything is kind of going right in our favor for, as we're getting into the negotiations of a new CBA. But I think both sides are playing like we're doing this together. We know that, this is a big momentum shift for the WNBA, and we all need to take advantage of it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Turn next to Jim. Jim, go ahead.
Hi guys, just one question for Sandy and Tasha. If I can start off with you, Tasha, how much are you looking forward to a bit of stability now after a crazy 2025 so far to be able to settle into a season here at New York?
Yeah, it has been a little chaotic of a 2025, but that's life. Sometimes adversity comes along the way and test it through the fire, and that's okay. I feel like I'm exactly where God intended me to be, and I am thankful to be with this group. I haven't been around the team where the main thing has been the main thing for a long time, so it's refreshing in a lot of ways to me. I know you'll hear them talk about how refreshing my loud and annoyingness is to this team, but the freshness of this team to me has been kind of like not life changing. I feel like that's like major dramatic, but again, I'm just really thankful to be here, to be able to be myself and to keep the main thing the main thing.
And my question for Sandy, Sandy, we talk about the expansion of the WNBA and all the leading lights and all the exposure. Is the next step really we look at the NBA, the NFL, the European game? Is that something that maybe the WNBA could have maybe a season game over in Europe, maybe in England or Ireland, or an overseas game? Do you think that's a possibility? And would that be something the New York Liberty would like?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is a global game. And just like the NBA, people want to come and watch these games. So hopefully, I think that's a direction that we can go, definitely. And you should add Australia. I know it's a long way away, but that'd be pretty cool to get back there. I know, they're talking about it already. Can we get a WNBA team back there and playing? It'd be pretty special. But it is a global game, and it's really taken off. And it's just great to see women's sport finally getting the recognition that they've deserved for so many years. And we've got to continue to grow on that.
All right, thanks. Next up, Chico. Chico, go ahead.
Chico Nishon from The Score in Toronto. This question is for Sandy. The additions you guys have made this summer with both Natasha and Rebecca Gardner. How important is to have their perimeter defense this year, especially with Lainey Hamilton injured?
Yeah, look, we've obviously lost Benija to an injury. We lost KT in expansion, and Courtney went back to Chicago. So, but really happy with the players we brought in, and Tasha's, which she spoke about. We tried to get her for many years, so we finally worked it out that she could come. But timing is everything, isn't it? But we've lost some, but I think we've gained even more with what they bring. Rebecca Gardner is really coming back, from a serious injury, but she looks great. So excited to see her development as the year goes on. But yeah, this is one of the greatest perimeter defenders I've ever seen in the WNBA. So happy that she's on the Liberty now. And, and then we've got, adding the other pieces with the versatility and JJ. Really excited how we can continue to grow.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All right,
Coach.
thanks. Andy, you're up. Andy.
Thanks so much, Ron. Good morning, ladies. Andy Lipton. Question for Stewie. Stewie, at the end of regulation, Game 5 in the finals, Fevish makes a great pass to you. You make a great catch. Were you concerned you weren't going to be able to get open on that play, and were you concerned that you wouldn't be able to corral that pass?
Oh, all right. A little bit of a throwback. Honestly, like I remember coming off of the screen and the ball was going like right at K-Mac's back. So I had to like go like this a little bit and make the catch, but no, I wasn't concerned. It was just a little bit off from where it was going to be, but she had defense on her too.
Thanks, Stewie.
All right, thank you. Brad, go ahead, Brad.
Yes, ladies, good morning. Brad from WS Nation. Question is for Brianna. You had some big news. One of your great friends, Sue Bird, was just named the Women's
Oh my goodness.
National Director for Team USA Basketball. Can you speak to what that means to you and the excitement around the FIBA World Cup next year and down the line, the 2028 Olympics?
Yeah, I'm really excited for Sue. I was able to text with her a little bit, and for someone that's been a part of USA basketball and been to so many Olympics and won so many gold medals, like she deserves to be in this role because even though she's retired, she's so much in tune with what's happening with the sport, and being able to put the best team together is really exciting for us as a country, and knowing, where we're gonna go, especially, facing off against this one from time to time. But yeah, I told her like, hopefully you don't cut me.
That's crazy.
Think you're okay.
Yeah, I think you sound good.
All right, next up, we have time for just a couple more. Blake.
Hey, hey, this is Blake Fredauer from Blake's Take and NW Swish. Natasha, I got one for Natasha and one for Stewie. How do you plan to navigate this year with a new team, with the New York Liberty? How do you plan to navigate through a tougher throughout a longer season?
Sorry, your question was
How do you navigate? How do you plan to navigate through the challenges of a longer season?
Yeah, I mean, I love that we're adding games. That goes to the progression of our sport moving forward, the accessibility of it moving forward. Now, would I like to see some longer weeks? Yeah, because I feel like we compact and then that starts to begin to talk about player safety and just recovery. But I think we do a good job overall with our training staff, our charter flights, being fed. I mean, we have everything that we need here to recover and be prepared for a 44-game season. But the mindset is the same thing. I'm going to come in every single game and give everything I got for 40 minutes. And then it's about being professional in how we recover, how we prep, how we take care of our bodies during the season. But again, we have everything we need here. So I'm going to be good.
And a follow-up for Breanna, what do you think are some of the key factors that will determine the team's success this season?
I mean, I think the key factors that are going to determine our success is like us kind of staying together through it all. There comes moments where it's just like it doesn't matter. We just need to get it done. And having that kind of mentality, there are no egos here. Nobody's worried about their individual success. We're just focused on the team success. And I think that's a culture that Sandy has created, that we've created since coming here, and just going out and trying to like impose our will every single night, and knowing that that's going to change and look different depending on matchups and who we're playing, but putting people in the best possible position to be successful.
Thank you very much.
All right, Kenny, and then we have to wrap. Kenny, go ahead.
Hey everyone, hey ladies, happy Friday. Hope everyone is doing well. This question is for Tosh. I have one for Tosh and one for Coach. Tosh, the stage is kind of set for you. Today is May 9th. It's cloudy outside, so it's kind of set for you.
You felt that rain this morning? Because I
Yeah.
came drenched. I got to get an umbrella.
And we're pointing out, the irony of it being May 9th and the weather being cloudy outside, your number and your last name. How excited are you, to get your first preseason game in? And just for Coach Sandy, what are you looking to see from the team in its first action since winning it all last year?
Yeah, I mean, anytime that the start of the season comes around, you start to itch and get excited as a player, right? Because you've been waiting all off season to get back to the W. And I have an extra excitement this year with being with a new organization, a new team, and to come out here. And I just want to put out a good outing my first time in front of the Barclays Center, fan base that I feel like we have loved each other from afar for a really long time. But I'm just really excited to get out there with my teammates. I'm excited for us to go against someone else other than each other and our scout team, and to really just see where we are. I think there's no better way to test yourselves than games. And then from there, it's just how do we get better progressively each day. So I'm excited for it tonight.
Yeah, no, me too. I think the players, we've had 9 days of practice. Now it's time to play.
Bunch of nines.
Yeah, 9. But it's like I said, I think really happy with where we're at. Now it's about getting the experiences against a different team and then learning and growing and repeating. What do we need to, where are we at? Why are we doing things, when we're doing it? It's all about the timing. We're changing a few things up. So it'll be good to get a little bit of feel and a little bit more flow playing in a real game, even though it is preseason. We'll treat it like a real game. Obviously, not going to play them all their normal minutes, but we're excited, and we haven't had a preseason game at home since I've been here, so we're excited to play in front of our fans again.
Thank you, Coach.